You getting in the back?
No, I'm not. Yes, I'm limping. I have a sore foot.
Sore foot, sore head, sore leg. Oh, sore everything.
It's better than it was. We have a guest presenter today.
I know it looks, you know, when you say your dog, or you look like your dog.
Oh boy, come on then. Come on, get your mum up. So, today is...
2 old farts and a dog?
and another fart, I suppose, yeah.
Well, I've heard it, yeah. I've heard that fart, so, hey, you're not having any whiskey. David?
He loves you. Oh, he loves you, Uncle Simon.
Hey.
Now, this was supposed to be our Christmas edition, but the senile old twat next to me
True.
forgot.
One of my New Year's resolutions, David, is to be a better
Get a diary.
friend. To be a better friend and not let you down as much.
You don't let me down, mate. You just disappoint me.
The D word.
I'm internally disappointed by you.
I use that quite a lot effectively to upset my family.
The kids, it works well, yeah.
And Dawn will watch this later on and go, I said the D word to you. It's true, disappointing, it's shocking. Right, aberlour, 12-year-old. I think last time we did a video we were talking about this.
This isn't this 12. I thought it was 21.
No, this is the reduced one at Asda.
Ah, right, okay.
No,
Sorry.
I've got. Let me just.
We've got a treat, haven't we?
Yeah, we've got a beautiful presentation box of a 21-year-old.
Which is all torn.
Glen. Yeah.
You heathen.
No. It came wrapped up with Christmas present.
I'm the equivalent of one of these people that buys Marvel characters and leaves them in the packets, and the packets need to be original.
Oh no, I keep my boxes. I kept all my whiskies that I've ever had, and they're all in my garage. All the one.
Have you built an extension to accommodate that?
No, we've got loads of shelves and all sorts. It's ridiculous. But I just can't. I can't seem to throw the boxes away.
Some of them are truly beautiful.
Yeah, and that way I'll also know what I've had, so I don't necessarily repeat it when I'm. Yeah. But yeah, we're going to have this just as a sample from what a supermarket brand is to something that you can't get in a supermarket.
More of a connoisseur whiskey.
Oops. Right.
Well, you've definitely canned that a bit over Christmas.
Yeah. It's not an opening, it's a pre-open this, but double cask matured sherry oak casks, American oak casks. That. It was £28 at Asda, down from 38, and having tasted it previously, that's a bargain. But let's have a dib. Johnson,
What do you think?
it just keeps getting better. It generally does. It's clean.
There's not much.
Yeah.
A bit of heat.
I get the oak cast from it because you get a bit of that fresh wood. I get the sherry from it because it's sweet. Green apple.
Green. Where have you been?
Honestly, no. I can genuinely. You get.
You're on drugs.
Well, not anything that would affect me too badly, but. But
dementia pills.
Yeah, they really help. But yeah,
I can.
It's a complex whiskey with really mellow notes.
It's very mellow. I get the oak cast a little bit. I get the touch of sweetness from the sherry, though not as strong as other ones that we've had that have been in sherry casks.
Yeah, that's true.
A couple of the other sherry casks have been particularly sweet on the nose. You can really smell the sugars.
Wait till you get the blend going.
Whereas this is subtle, to say the least. I probably don't have a refined enough nose to pick out.
I'm thinking of a comparison whiskey that you can think it's similar to when I'm just struggling.
From a smell, I'd say it's similar to a lot of the Japanese. They're quite inoffensive when it comes to odour.
Inoffensive? Yeah, they don't grab you.
No, they're not strong in any way.
Yeah.
They're all very subtle in their flavours and their approach.
I kind of prefer that profile, so because it's not like, oh, I'm picking up this, I'm picking up that, and then when you taste it, you go, oh, it's a bit of a letdown. But I'd want the other way. So
Less nose, more body.
yeah, and then when you get it, you go, oof. That just keeps on giving. Keep it in your throat for a bit, and you can taste the same qualities of everything, which again is the sweetness from the sherry. You get in.
The sweetness is subtle. I'd say the oak is stronger. I wouldn't say it's a particularly sweet drink.
It sort of hits
If you hadn't
sweet.
told me it was sherry, I wouldn't have thought there was sherry there.
Really?
Yeah, I don't really find it. This is the thing as well. We'll probably do this next week or the week after, but I've got a relatively cheap Japanese called 963, and I love it. He hates it, but we taste.
Hates a strong
Right, you're
word.
not keen on it.
It wouldn't be a go-to whiskey.
But
yeah.
we get a completely different flavour profile from it.
And I think that's the beauty of whiskey. You can have two folk talking about whiskey and they'll pick up different things. And I think that's the thing about whiskey and about memories and about flavour profiles, that you know what you're familiar with.
That tastes layered, and that sounds like a mad thing to say, but it actually tastes like there's a layer of a thicker liquid and a layer of water over the top.
Do you think? Oh, because I get that you can taste different things at different parts.
You can, but there's almost a water with a syrup underneath it, in a sense of consistency when it goes. It's hard to explain.
If you look at the glass, it's really sticky on that glass. So I guess the body or the depth of it is going to be there. But for me, it's like you drink it, it's sweet and then it deadens off really quickly. But then it kind of envelops in your mouth, and the odour or the vapours that you get after you've swallowed it will carry on for.
There's a bit of a build of heat that comes through the longer you hold, almost like it doesn't start like that.
No.
It starts quite neutral,
Yeah.
which is probably what I'm describing as the watery sort of effect. And then you get a build of heat. Nothing's harsh, everything's quite subtle,
I
everything's
get
quite...
what you're saying.
Yeah?
Because you taste it and you go, oh, and it is subtle, but then
It's
when
almost
it
watery, the
goes
first
down,
taste.
it'll coat your lips, it'll coat your tongue, it'll coat everything going down. But then you get that sort of.
Have a mouthful of coffee after you've had a mouthful of that.
Because I was thinking coffee, to be fair. I was thinking, you know that cigar, when you've had a cigar?
No, I don't get that.
You don't do cigars much, do you?
I do, but I'm not allowed to. She loves the smell, but not in our house.
I did quite a few cigars over Christmas, and it's got that that layering in your mouth, and it stays there.
Yeah, there's definitely a layer. It's definitely a more complex drink than some we've had. There's definitely more to it. It is quite complex. I think for a lot of people, that complexity would probably be lost on them. You're getting down for it.
You think?
Yeah, it depends on. I mean, how many people sit like this,
Right, well-
tasting the whiskies and being absolute nerds over it? You
I
know
think
what I mean?
when you taste this, and then I'll tell you how much that cost. Thank you, Elvis. Present. I'll give you. You'll go. I get the similarities, but where's the vast difference in price? Because this is, like you said, it's got a depth, but it's got a quality of depth. It's not.
But there is
smack
this
in the face depth.
with whiskey and pricing and flavour. There is this ascending curve, isn't there, where a small change in flavour and time results in a huge change in price.
And I get 12
I liken it
years
to
old,
supercars.
21-year-old. They've got to source the barrels differently. And I get that.
What's the time it sits in a barrel?
21-year-old. 21.
So from the point that was made, it's taken 21 years before they've been able to sell it.
Yeah.
So you've got to
Just
get
bottle it.
money for those 21 years.
Hell yeah.
And that is it, isn't it? The longer it sits in that barrel, the more the flavour profile changes.
It is.
The smoother and milder it gets in its heat and everything else.
Flavours
And
develop.
time-
They lose more of it as well.
Yeah, the angels
So,
share.
yeah.
And as a result, it costs more. Anything that takes more time to produce is going to cost more.
But for me, I've had the 10-year-old. I wouldn't buy it again.
You think the 2 years makes that much of a difference?
Yeah, it makes a massive difference. And it's a mass-produced whiskey. So it's at the 40%, they don't elevate it,
It's
is
pleasant.
what it is. But for me, even for 38 quid, I would buy it. Because if you look what you can get for 38, 40 quid, there's...
It's a very competitive market.
It
that
is,
price range.
and it's swamped with...
A lot of shit.
It's swamped with a lot of...
Shit.
Subjective, it's shit, but...
Yeah, but it is, come on.
So yeah, so you get a lovely little cask, you get a lovely little container.
You know, you don't matter how much you push it, aberlour are not going to send you a 3 bottle.
Yeah. But the fact is that I'd still buy it from them.
No, it's
out of
nice.
my own money.
It's not raising any flags for me, but
not?
it's a nice drink. No, it's a nice drink.
But then that Japanese one that you said was...
Forced on you at Christmas.
Yeah. Try this, it's great. Yeah.
Now for me, the Japanese is the same price, and I'd pick the Japanese over that any day.
Would you?
Yeah.
I'd have to disagree with that. But isn't that the beauty of
That's
whiskey?
it. No, it'd be a boring world if we all like the same stuff.
Little things. That
Boys and the toys.
Yeah. Right, push you back, put you there. So, Glengoyne, 21-year-old, unhurried since 1830. I'd like to think that it was true, but I'm not so sure.
I'll tell you what I bought the other day. A 50-year-old bottle of famous grouse. No, not 50 year in a barrel. It's basically your regular high street famous grouse, cheap as chips.
Yeah.
But it's from the 70s.
Is that the one that you were talking about?
Yeah.
Now, I have heard that whiskey produced back then, even famous grouse, which is an everydayer, is completely different to what they produce now.
Definitely with the treatment of the water and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Obviously it's not to
That's
drink.
not for drink, though, is it?
But the person I got it off had a case.
Yeah.
So, top bit.
No!
Don't leave that.
Do that.
Once I've got the January bills out of the way, if she's got any more, I think I might take in a couple. Now, what I found with bottles that have drinks that have aged in the bottle, is there isn't the big change that you'll get in a cask, but they do mellow. They do get
It's not supposed to change, is it?
I find they get a little bit mellower. They get a little bit smoother.
Do you think?
Yeah, it takes time, a lot longer time. I mean, you're talking 50 years in a bottle, which would probably achieve by 15 years in a cask, you know, the change of the flavours. But I do find a change, yeah. But we'll see how that goes.
I have yet to see how that goes.
Well, I want to get one to drink.
Mm.
And it's
Are
not, yeah, I'm thinking of getting one to drink. We might even try it on there.
Well, I was thinking that I'll get one. If she's got any left, because I know you offered, but I didn't have the money.
No, it's fine. Nor did I, really. But
If I get one to keep and one to... I don't like keeping whiskies. It just...
not give it me, I'll keep it for you.
I want to drink them. I don't see the point of spending money.
Ooh, that to me is a much more complete note.
It is, but I have this feeling.
That's also incredibly complex. There's a lot going on in there.
The 21-year-old
You can smell the sherry.
is much easier to get hold of from Glengoyne. Now they've got plethora of whiskies, Glengoyne. They do, if you get the chance, Marks and Spencer's do a 14-year-old Glengoyne, which you can't get anywhere other than Marks and Spencer's. And Marks and Spencer's used to be the go-to place for whiskey, in my opinion.
Selfridges.
Very. But only get it from Marks and Spencer's. They do a 10-year-old now, which I've got at home. They do the 18-year-old, which I've got at home, which I've not drunk yet. This was a Christmas present, so I had to get it open and drink it.
Smell the sherry. Very, very, very golden.
Very. But yeah, I mean, let me just compare.
On the morning pea scale, I'd say that's after a heavy session, that one.
So if you look at the colour of this compared to that,
There's not much in it.
there's not much in it, but that spent an extra
Go on.
18 years in... Is that wrong? I think that's right.
That's wrong.
No, it's not. 12. Right, so 7 years.
9.
No, 9 years.
12 to 21 is 9.
Thank you very much,
Yes.
Xavier. In sherry cask. First fill sherry cask, I believe. So, and it's not got the massive depth of colour. Now, I have had the 25-year-old, the same bloke Elvis bought me for last Christmas, which I do believe I gave you a taste of many moons ago.
I can't remember.
Yeah, it's old age. But that was almost black in its colour. It was, yeah, that extra 3 years, 4 years just did something to it. But
It's an overall pleasant smell.
that for me is Christmas in a glass. You know when you get your Christmas pudding?
Yeah, I mean,
That's
it
that
fills
raisin,
your nostrils
yeah.
much more than the 12-year-old did. It definitely a much fuller smell, much rounded smell.
It's all that. Just wait till you have a little taste. The difference in... I'm still tasting it. It's just... It's massive.
It's hard to explain when you talk about a full flavour as opposed to a not, but the previous felt like in the range of flavours you taste, there were gaps, there were holes in it. There were periods where there was nothing.
Yeah.
That
gaps in that.
No, it's not. It just changes through flavours as you go through it, and everything's quite strong and full-bodied and balanced. Nothing's overpowering something else.
I get different waves at different times. So now, and I can still taste it in my mouth, you're getting almost a tobacco-y, raisiny creaminess.
There is a creaminess.
It's that complex that you pull out things every time you drink it and you'll go, ooh.
From a smoke point of view, it's subtle. It's not something that I'd say is particularly prominent.
No, it's not.
It does have a sweet fruit to it. It is a fruitcake in there. There's that sort of thing going on.
Yeah. You'd be happy to get a fruitcake that tasted anywhere close to this at Christmas.
I like fruitcake.
Yeah, not a big fan.
I am.
But that's got everything you want in a whiskey. But it's just a comparison, yeah? This isn't...
Go on, how much?
150, 160, I believe.
Not as bad as I was expecting.
Yeah. Yeah, the 18's about 110. The 25-year-old's really hard to get hold of now, and that was 250 back then. So
You should have held on to that.
yeah, well,
That'd been worth a fortune.
shoulda, woulda, coulda. I got a Marks and Spencer's used to do a bourbon, Elijah Craig, 12-year-old. Yeah, used to be 25 quid. I bought it 17 at Christmas. They have it at the website at
Whiskey Exchange?
one of those. Yeah, 200 quid for the same bottle, because it's just that popular that they all sold out. So Marks and Spencer's years ago could do it at 25 quid, make a reduction at Christmas, 17, 18, and now they're flogging it for 200 quid.
And you've still got a bottle of that?
No, unfortunately no.
But that's where this whole whiskey investment thing comes on. It's a bit of it's a bit of potluck. in a way. You're fairly safe with like certain editions that you know are special limited run editions. Other stuff, it is literally just pot luck as if things become popular.
And Elijah Craig's still putting out bourbons, but they're nowhere near as good.
Well, these are prime examples. The Highland Park series that they did on Norse gods. So they had Thor, Freya, Loki,
Odin.
I think that was it, wasn't it? There was 4 in the set.
Yeah. And then they had the Warrior series.
Yeah, well, Thor was the most popular out of that. Now, when that was released, they were £70 a bottle.
I know, I remember.
Thor's now 800 quid a bottle.
I wish I had a bottle at the
And
time.
it's definitely not an £800 whiskey that you're drinking. Nowhere near.
No.
And I think that's one of the problems with whiskies is that prices go up due to scarcity or popularity that don't always reflect the flavour and quality of the product.
And I think the whiskey boom in general has had influence on that because more people buy it, more they can charge for it. Not always. It's not always the case, but
it's not necessarily the breweries, is it, or the distilleries, should I say? It's the dealers that are the ones that are changing the prices. The distilleries pump it out at whatever price they set it at.
I had an interesting conversation with a bloke at the cigar shop in Chester, and he was saying they buy in bulk from the distilleries, and the distilleries are really, not arsey, I won't say, but they won't give you the good stuff unless you buy the not so good stuff, and by that I mean the 12-year-olds and stuff. Your supermarkets buy it in vast quantities, and that's why the supermarkets have a range. They won't buy the more expensive ones, whereas your local sort of specialist shops, they have to buy lots of the 12-year-old, the 10-year-old to get the 18 and 21 and the older stuff. And that's where the price comes in, because they have to shift vast quantities of the littler, the sort of more well-known stuff, the 12s, the 10s, to get anyone into the 150, the 200 pound whiskies. But they won't do it. They won't sell it unless you take the big stock off their hands.
Porsche's like that.
Yeah.
If you went in Porsche to buy a special edition RS 911, they won't sell it yet unless you've previously bought Porsche.
And and
you can't, if you sell it within 12 months of buying it,
you've got to sell it back to them,
or they blacklist you.
Yeah.
It's the same. I think Ferrari and Lamborghini do very similar, because you can buy off plan, so to speak. So you can buy a car before it's built.
Yeah. To whatever you want.
And then people sell them at a profit as they come close to completion, because people don't want to wait 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, wherever the waiting list is.
Yeah.
But like Lamborghini and stuff are starting to stop that now. And they're saying, no, you can't sell it until you've taken delivery of it.
I do believe.
And then if you do sell it, they ban you. Yeah. They ban you from buying it. Porsche are particularly arsey about it. And it's like, so say we walked into Porsche tomorrow and said, we want to buy, not that we ever would, but I want to buy that special edition 911, chances are they'd say no.
I wouldn't have a 911.
No, I wouldn't, but the chances are they'd say no, you can buy that, and then once you've bought that, we'll consider you to buy this, but you're not buying this without buying the lower end one first.
Right.
They're really arsey about it. Really, really funny about it.
No. I was going to say I understand it to a point, but no, I just don't.
I don't understand where if you've got your volume of your more budget commercial stuff going out, then why wouldn't you allow the specialist shops to buy the more high-end stuff? What difference does it make to you?
I don't think it makes any.
You're still getting
it's high-end.
You're still selling it at the same price.
Yeah. Every luxury company, Rolex, Champagne, any of those, Louis Vuittons, any of those have the same marketing ethos. You don't want to sell it to Joe Blogs because then everybody has it.
But you control that by price.
That's why they don't let them go for less than £1,000. Hermes handbags, my God.
15, well, they're a parcel
20
company.
grand.
What the hell is Hermes handbags?
Yeah, well, I couldn't afford it.
I don't even know what it is.
It's one of those high-end luxury handbags that cost 20 grand and hold the value.
£20,000 for a handbag.
Yeah.
What planet are you living on?
I'm not saying I bought one. We're talking about that luxury extremes.
That's beyond extreme. And yet, the most luxury department store in the world, Harrods, have a policy where they will allow anybody in their store.
But you've got to have massive amounts of money. But yeah,
but they don't.
So they walk out with a pair of socks with a Harrods handbag and go, look at me.
Yeah, I shopped at Harrods.
Come
But
on.
Harrods they don't have any discrimination about who is allowed to enter their store, whether you're pauper or prince.
No, but the discrimination comes in. You can only buy a pair of
Well,
socks.
it's what you can afford.
So,
But that's why I don't understand why other companies discriminate against people, because surely price is enough to control that factor.
which is brings us nicely back to whiskey, because you can get an 12-year-old, absolutely fantastic.
You ever thought of going on the shopping channel?
No. Yeah, I don't quite have the legs for it, but...
You don't have the face for it. You've got a face for radio.
Ba-bam! So that's two of us then, yeah. But yeah, 28 quid, supermarket, as an introduction to whiskies that'll keep on giving. That's the sort of benchmark I personally think.
That's
I do.
a bold statement.
It's a bold statement, but it's probably true. I mean, there are lots of other whiskies that we'll try over the course from the supermarkets that'll be similar, close, all that. But the complexity, what you get from your money, your bang for buck as it were, that's quality. Now the Glengoyne,
I didn't think I'd say this, but I actually see the money in that.
I see the money in that.
To me, I can't believe I'm saying this because I'm a tight Irish Yorkshireman, but I actually do see the value in that.
So do I.
And I could justify spending 150 quid on that bottle.
Yeah.
Now the 25-year-old was about 250, wasn't it? It was quite a significant hike in
back
cost.
then, yeah. The box was...
It was wooden, wasn't it?
Yeah, that up level. It had magnets in when you pulled it out. It was just fucking amazing.
But at the same
was
time,
truly a
I'd
nice box.
struggle to justify that for the drink that I received from it, whereas that, I don't actually. I find
comparison.
it wasn't 100 quid more than that.
Yeah, that 21-year-old is...
A very good balance of finery and
bang on
price.
that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Value for money. Yeah, no, value for money, I'd say. Value for taste. And if you wanted that, bring your friends round. We know we don't have any, but if you wanted to...
That's my friend, that wrinkly snory thing that's overpowering the mic with his snores on the floor.
Cute though, come on. But yeah, if
Cute with a pin in the ass.
If you wanted something as a showcase whiskey for people who maybe don't drink whiskey, but like us, we've had a few drops of whiskey over as time can go. I had quite a few at your pie the other day. Yeah, nice.
My coffee morning.
that was right, yeah. But that is bang for buck out there.
It's my turn next week, isn't it?
It is.
Oh shit, I'll have to go to the supermarket and pick some up.
Well, you've got nothing in your cupboard. I've seen your cupboard.
Not within the realms of what
right.
we've said. Are you coming back up? Come on then. Come up and
finish,
say
man.
goodbye, because we're going to say goodbye now.
Oh,
Get your fat ass.
so hard.
Oh.
Come on, get up.
Right, say
Go.
goodbye.
Right,
Oh, there
we're
you
done.
go.
So,
We're done. So, there you go.
what we're doing?
Bye now.
Uh,
He says bye bye.
Aberlour, 12-year-old, 28 quid. The offer's still on at Asda, all day long. All day long. Even at 38.
Do you
I would.
think it is viable for us to do our budget whiskey that we do every week,
Yeah.
and then do one out of our own collections every week?
But one in, one out.
Or do you think we do it alternative weeks?
Uh,
We haven't got enough of an audience to ask them. We've only got about 7 people that watch us,
yeah.
and they're all family.
Yeah, they're all family. I think we could do, if we did the core supermarket ones. So what's on special offer, and once a month,
All right, once a
we
month.
bring out something and compare it to.
Yeah, maybe not. Might not even be expensive. It might just be something of our own personal taste that we like.
Yeah, something that you've had before. That one your friend bought, yeah.
The Bolchin.
That for me.
You surprised me at that. I didn't think you'd like that.
Well, that for me that ticked so many boxes for me. That did.
See, I thought you'd find that way too chemical.
Maybe my taste is changing.
Maybe you just had that much whiskey that day. You didn't matter what it was at that point.
Oh, I'll have it. But yeah. Right, ready. So we're going to sum up with the 12-year-old aberlour is worth £28 of anyone's money, and you will not go far wrong with that. Even at 38, which is normal price, it's worth that all day long as well.
I think your new present is much better looking than your old one.
So do I.
Better breath as well.
Well, maybe not much, yeah. Right.